we met because you slid into my DMs, right?
Well,
True or false, you slid into my DMs.
I was kind of, giving a little heads up, like, hey, maybe you should slide into her DMs.
First of all, yes, you slid into my DMs, and it was late nights. You slid in at like 2 a.m, I'm pretty sure. So you were out with Cody and Brandy.
I was, yeah.
And I'll tell you something, which I've probably told you this, but I felt like that whole week, Cody and Brandy, had left WWE, and this was their first kind of like hurrah on the indies, and they came to Impact, and they were doing, I think, a week-long set of tapings at Impact, and that's when I first met them. I obviously didn't really know Cody, but Brandy was in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of, Mackenzie Mitchell and I kind of like tried to take her under our wing and hang out with her a bit, because it's awkward being in a locker room for the first time alone, especially after you've been used to something like WWE, because everything else is so different. Now you're experiencing this. It's so different than WWE.
Right.
It's very like, you might be uptight when you walk in, but like, it's so relaxed. It's just like a whole different atmosphere. So I felt like that whole week, she kept asking me about being single and like planting seeds. And I remember in the makeup chair 2 days in a row, she brought up this guy named Zack Ryder. And I was like, what? Obviously, I don't know wrestling. So like, I didn't know who that was.
But wait, you told me that you were...
Wait. So then I went home and I did a little recon, and I looked you up on Facebook. I looked you up on your ex's Facebook. I looked up your Instagram. I looked up your ex's Instagram.
Crazy.
I Googled you. I Wikipedia'd you. I literally, and I realized when she said that I was already following you on Twitter. So I unfollowed because I got the vibe that she was possibly trying to plant the seed about the Zack Ryder guy. And so I unfollowed because I didn't want to look like I was a fangirl. I even can picture, I can picture in my head all the photos that I remember seeing of you on your social media. Just so you know, it's very open to the public. Like I could see like, your past anyway. But that was like my first memory of them kind of, or Brandy speaking about you. And then, what do you know? The last day of tapings, I went home. Who slid into my DMs?
Me, I guess.
You. I just wanted to tell that story.
Well, it's true. And then, you lied and said that you...
that's where I was going.
Yeah, you lied and said you loved Disney World and theme parks when you really just kind of like them. Okay. Well, yes, but what I wanted to say is that you slid into my DMs, and I never said I am a huge diehard fan of Disney. First of all, I thought, stupid me, that like being a fan was like just liking Disney, and I loved Disneyland. I love California Adventure. Like I thought I loved that stuff. I didn't realize that you're on a different level. Well, I mean, I'm not even there's many levels above me. I would like to go a couple times a month. We live here, annual pass holders. Go a couple times a month. Get a cocktail.
But a couple times
buy some merch.
That's a lot. That's going once a week or
not if you're an annual pass holder. That's what the whole point of being an annual pass holder is. You go multiple times annually.
Okay.
Because you're a pass holder.
Okay, so when do you think your love of Disney started?
Listen, that's kind of weird too, because yes, I love the parks, but I'm not sitting here watching The Lion King on a Friday night. I don't.
Right. I feel like you're more. Yeah, you're a park lover. Yeah. Not necessarily a Disney have to be in the movie theater for the newest Lion King.
No, absolutely not. I probably haven't seen the majority of Disney movies released in the past 15, 20 years.
So, if I've got this right, I remember you saying that you really started to love the theme parks when you came down with a girlfriend or whatever, and you actually did it right. You saw.
Yeah, when I realized, oh, damn, you could drink here, stuff like that, which I didn't know as a kid. My parents weren't feeding me, margaritas at Epcot.
Right.
When I realized you can do that, and I realized there's really good dining in the hotels and stuff like that, it totally not changed my perspective, because I already loved it. I loved the rides, I loved the attractions, but to add all those other elements to it made me love it even more.
So if someone was to ask what's your favorite restaurant or bar in all of the Disney parks just in Orlando, what would you say?
I'd probably say California Grill. It's on it's on Disney property in one of the hotels, and it like overlooks the Magic Kingdom. And they have a really good food. They have sushi, steak, good drinks.
It's weird
Hell
because
of a
you're
lemon
telling
drop.
me,
Hell of
but
a lemon
like
drop.
you and I go all the time. So we're
I would say
actually
we go all the time. We've been there before.
we've been there a couple times.
Well, I
for
mean,
sure.
we've lived in Florida for 5 years. We've been there like 4 times. I wouldn't say we go there all the time.
Oh my god! Honestly, you're exhausting.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. Like I think we go and do Disney quite a bit, and actually, I think we do parks enough where we have a podcast together.
That's
about
right,
it.
where we argue the entire time, just like now.
Major Land Pod.
That's right.
You think we're arguing right now?
No, we're not arguing. I'm kidding.